Hey guys, welcome back to the
Hi.
channel.
Hey everybody, good
We
morning.
are here today for another PSA announcement video. If you will look behind us, we are in a new environment. We have made the journey 554 miles by road from Charlotte, North Carolina to Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Orlando. So we made the decision that we were going to come back down to Florida for a few weeks. And in doing so, when we looked at the state, we decided to get into the Orlando area so that we could film as much as we can film from things that interest us in the state. Any input at all?
You were doing so well, I didn't want to take over.
Okay.
We have written down the distances from this Airbnb to pretty much all of the attractions in Orlando. And tomorrow we're going to post a tour of the Airbnb. So if anybody happens to want to come on a vacation and go to these parks, and you're looking for a nice place to stay, we really like the one that we're in, and we're going to read off to you real quick a little list of places that you might be here to vacation to go see and how far we are.
Yes, and if you've dealt with Airbnb before, what I want to tell you is in Orlando, and it may be true of other tourist cities, but this one for us was the first time I ever encountered this. But when you look for short-term rentals on Airbnb in Orlando, you're going to get a lot of different options that are probably not actual people's second homes or places they have to rent. They're probably going to be managed by different types of property groups. And so what we are in is technically considered to be a resort. So we could rent this out by the day. But looking at spots, we decided we wanted to be right off of 192 to give us access to many different things, and I'll be as broad as that. But specifically to the parks, I'm going to run down in this area how far they are away. Now, put a little asterisk in here because it will determine travel time based on time of day you are leaving. We have noticed already that traffic is an issue here, right? Because we're kind of around that Disney or at least a theme park bubble. So Universal is 17 miles away. We actually passed it on the way here.
And I wanted to say, I don't think, we're just going to give you the mileage.
Yeah,
we cannot tell you how long it will take to drive those miles.
Yes.
As congested as Orlando gets, especially certain times of the year, certain times of the day.
That's right.
So mileage, we are 17 miles from Universal, and that's probably one of the further parks that we're away from.
Yeah.
With Universal opening up Epic Universe this summer, we're really excited about that.
Yes.
But this is not particularly close to that if you're coming for Universal.
No, not at all. We actually passed through Metropolitan Orlando as well to come here. We're on the southwest corner of Orlando. SeaWorld's 14 miles. We passed SeaWorld as well on the way here.
SeaWorld's my favorite park.
I know it is. 13 miles from Icon Park, which I don't think either one of us have ever been there, right?
No, I've never been to Icon.
Yeah, I've never been to Icon Park. And then we get into our Disney bubble here, so we'll run down the parks really quick there. Animal Kingdom is 12 miles. Epcot is 13. Magic Kingdom is 14. And Hollywood is just over 9 miles. So that's the closest park that we are technically next to. Blizzard Beach, so the two water parks of Disney's, Blizzard Beach is 11 miles. Typhoon Lagoon is technically by mileage closer than Hollywood Studios, but it is temporarily closed. So it's 9.3 miles away. So I didn't really include that one as far as what would be the fastest from here while we're staying here. Now, if you're going to come and stay, later in the year, it would be different. Disney Springs is 9.3 miles away. And then Celebration, the neighborhood, because some people like to drive around Disney's old neighborhood, is 7.5 miles away. And then lastly, because this is important too, if you're not traveling by car, but by plane, MCO, Orlando International, is 23 miles away. So again, you've got to take that into consideration if you are flying rather than driving. Unfortunately, what I just now thought about that I have not looked up is if you were coming by way of Orlando Sanford Airport. I'm not sure how far that is away, but it's
I'll
not
put it on the screen, don't worry.
an international airport. So we just looked at MCO.
You've
So
always ever flown in and out of
Yeah,
MCO.
that's-
I forget that Sanford is even there.
exactly, same for me. So 192. Again, we're kind of in the older part of what was once Orlando's tourist section going into Disney. So again, we wanted to be outside of at least the majority of the hustle and bustle, and so we will just make our plan for videos and make our day according to traffic patterns and the way they send us and what we want to do, because 192 will get us to the east coast of Florida. We had traveled it when we were living in Brevard that way, to come here and come back. You know what I just thought about that we passed the last time we traveled
What?
back and we didn't stop at, and you couldn't believe we didn't stop at? What's it called? Serpent World?
Oh yeah, the Snakeatarium.
Yeah.
You
Joy's
wouldn't
we
let
don't-
me. I
well,
wanted to
don't
stop
like
there.
snakes. I don't like. But now we can put it back on the list and go do a video there. So
No promises.
no promises.
That was another thing we wanted to talk about. We are here because we are doing the digital nomad thing. We are
Yes.
living out of backpacks. We are chasing the weather that we want. We are spending the time with the people that we want. So we are keeping our lives on the move. Hello,
82
I'm
degrees
Kristen.
today, guys. 82 degrees today is
Beautiful
our
outside.
high.
Very foggy right now, but beautiful outside. We are not really here in Orlando for the Disney, the Universal,
Right.
the SeaWorld, the parks.
Right.
We're not really here for the parks. We're here because we wanted to be in Florida, and we had
Yes.
reasons for choosing the west side of Orlando. However, we haven't really made a decision on if we're going to be going and filming in the parks or if we're going to be doing other things while we're here. We are living our lives. Michael is working
Right.
a job. So we do not have unlimited time to go film in the parks, and I don't think the world necessarily needs more
Well,
park vloggers.
True. I think for us, what we love most about just Florida in general is, we like to call it old Florida, but it's natural Florida. It is what the outdoors has to offer, and so we wanted to try a new area, and we tend to be, I think, big city people, and so we decided we're going to try to find a spot here that still allows us access to the East Coast. So we decided, again, this was going to be, I think, the best of all worlds, as we're digitally nomading in Florida. But I cannot tell you how great it is to be back and to have the smells and the birds chirping, and I don't know, just Florida has just this thing when you step outdoors, regardless of time of day, and so that has been, nice already, just to arrive and hear that and smell that, and so.
Yeah, we absolutely love Florida. We love the nature in Florida. We love just so much about it. The weather, we were really tired of cold weather. We really needed
Yes.
some warm weather. And what was funny is after we made the decision to move to Florida temporarily, all of a sudden North Carolina got beautiful. The last couple of days we were there were in the 70s.
You're trying to get us to stay in North Carolina.
Birds were chirping, bugs were coming out.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous, sunny. But we were ready for change. We are not here for long. We actually don't know how long we are here for, but it is not an indefinite. We have not moved here. We are not here permanently. We are here briefly.
That's the beauty of the Airbnb. If you can,
Or digitally nomading, whether it's
Yeah.
Airbnb or not.
if you can roll with being adaptable to change and carrying what is necessary. I say that while I've got stuff an hour and 20 minutes away in a storage unit.
There goes a dime.
Anyway, it is getting quicker for us to adjust. I'll just say that. But I think what I can confidently tell you, for any long periods of time, we enjoy Florida, we enjoy North Carolina, and so it's nice to have been there and then to pop down here for a little while too. Like Julie said, we don't know for how long. We get to play fast and loose. We're lucky enough to be able to do that right now, and we're taking advantage of it as long as we can. Right now, we don't have any definite plans. We're just happy to be here, and are going to take advantage and love every minute that we can while we're in Florida, and then see where the next place goes and how long that's going to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We are open to suggestions for types of content. If
Yes,
you have
please.
any, we are located in Kissimmee, just west of Orlando, and I know I'm going to get slaughtered in the comments for saying Kissimmee wrong. I have asked actual locals.
Exactly. We've asked
And
locals.
The 2 locals that I know told me it was Kissimmee, but the last time I posted a video, I got just slaughtered. And nobody in the comments agreed with how to
The
pronounce it.
Kissimmee or what?
Kissimmee.
We've been told Kissimmee from locals who were born and raised. So
I think I'm saying it right. You're more than welcome to correct
Yes.
me down below, but I'm going to be saying Kissimmee until,
we're trying.
because my 2 closest friends in Florida call it Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say is we are open to suggestions for content that's within reason in relatively close to where we
Yeah.
are, or if we can go do it. We definitely are enjoying our time in Florida, and we want to do the things that we want to do. But if there's something that we can bring to the channel we didn't know about or that you would like to see,
Yeah.
please feel free to drop us a suggestion. We want to make the most of every day that we're here and have the most experience as possible.
Exactly. That's right. This is I won't say maybe a completely new area to us, but you have to understand when we were
pretty new.
living, I was going to say when we were living in Florida full time, we were still 58 miles away, and that was to the airport. And so we were another solid 30 minutes from that just to get into this area. So we've only been here a handful of times and done a handful of things. So like Jules said, we would love to get to know the area as best as possible. So if you do have suggestions that we might not be able to search online, or it might not pop up because it's not a tourist attraction, let us know, because we'll go out and try to get it. We really like doing that. Julie loves doing that. If you can find something new off the beaten path, she loves going out and exploring
I
those
think
things.
people on the channel know, but I love history
Yeah.
and nature and parks. I love historical markers. I love that kind of thing. So if that's your jam, I'm sure I
Yeah.
can bring a lot of it to the channel. We definitely did not come here to turn into theme park vloggers,
No,
but
that
we
was
may
not-
go enjoy the parks a time or two. We haven't really come up with a plan for how we want to do that yet. We would like to be able to at least bring something new if we do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to
That's
plug our dog for a minute. We have a Cavapoo.
Okay.
She is 4.5 years old, and I just wanted to say
Uh-huh.
we have moved so many times over the last year, and I couldn't. She's in my lap in case you can't tell. I could not possibly be more proud of her. She has rolled with the punches like you would not
Yeah.
believe. Every time we have moved to a new place, she has just walked right in, made herself at home. Of course, this dog is fully house trained, but I had concerns up front. If we just keep moving to new places, will she understand? And
Right.
100%, she totally has. Everywhere we have moved, she has not been stressed. She has not shown any signs of being stressed by the fact that our home has changed so much. And she has just, I have a little blanket that I like to wrap up with if I get cold at night that smells like me. So as soon as we move into
Right.
any new place,
That
I
goes
put
down.
that blanket somewhere on the couch, and she will just snuggle with it until she's fully comfortable in the
Yeah.
new place. But she has just been the biggest trooper, and that includes changing climates, going to South America.
That's
with her.
different places, states, and countries that she's
I am
she's
so
been amazing.
proud. She is a Cavapoo. If you've seen her before on the channel, she's camera shy right now. She just wants to sleep in my lap. Well, there's a head.
Yeah. There we go. Here we go.
Okay, you want to say help? You need to look that way.
Here, I'll move this out of the way.
She is a Cavapoo. She's about 26, 28 pounds. Half poodle, half King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, and I think we just got so lucky with this little girl.
Yeah, we did.
She is so.
She's been great.
When Michael and I were discussing getting a pandemic puppy, we knew we wanted a doodle, not a poodle, but a doodle, something that wouldn't shed because of Michael's allergies. And we were leaning hard into a Bernedoodle, like the big one. The full-size Bernedoodle. We both
were.
kept seeing them all over, and they were always so goofy and fun and funny.
Yeah.
I wasn't completely sold on getting a big dog, though, at the time. If I was going to get a big dog, I was going all out. I was going to get an Irish Wolfhound. I was like, we're going to get a big dog.
We did talk about that. You're right. We did talk about that.
But I was doing my research on breeds, and I've always loved King Charles Cavalier Spaniels. And I did not know that they made a doodle that's half Spaniel. Michael at first was kind of resistant. He was like, no, that dog sounds lazy. But I just kept hearing in my research that Cavapoos are so highly adaptable And man, that was so true, at
Yeah.
least of our Cavapoo.
It was. And when she said lazy, I think the reason that my opinion was that way was she told me that the whole reason Cavalier Spaniels were bred was to keep the bed warm. So
I think you wanted a dog that could keep up with our activities. and our
okay,
adventures.
well, at the time, you're right, but it was totally situational because we're coming out of pandemic, which means all we've really been doing is hiking and climbing outdoors. So we're like, we want a high activity, high energy, and I'm so happy we didn't go that route, that we went this route.
What I love about her is the days that we go hiking all day long, having adventures outdoors, she can keep right up with us. She doesn't get tired. She doesn't overheat. She is so, but then the days that we're sick or we don't feel good or we're busy with work and we literally lay on the couch all day, she is, as long as she gets her potty breaks, she is okay with snuggling all day. This dog is just, she
sat in the car for hours at a time.
She didn't cry at all yesterday. And we were in the car, well, we were on the road almost 9 hours, but in the car longer than that.
Yeah, because we stop frequently for her. We know she needs to stretch her legs.
But I could not possibly be more proud of her. I think a little of it is credit to us for good training, but I'd say at least 90% of it is just her personality. If you're in the mood for a dog, I could possibly recommend a Cavapoo hike.
You won't go wrong, that's for sure. Yeah.
I wish you would look at the camera so they could see your beautiful face. Maybe I can insert a photo.
Well, with her color too, she's hard to see even in broad daylight. See her little eyes and that's about it.
All right, guys, that's our PSA announcement. We are living in Kissimmee, very close to Orlando.
Yes.
And we will be here for a few weeks, for a little while. So hope you enjoy our adventures while we're here. And we will see you tomorrow in another one.
Yes. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.